AARP Oklahoma is working to protect military veterans from scams. The organization has launched the Veterans Fraud Center. It's an online education resource center to help protect veterans and their families. My friend Joy McGill is here to talk more about this program. It's so great to see you in person.
It's great to see you in person. Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about how big of a need there is for resources, especially when it comes to our veterans.
It's really amazing if you look at the data. AARP's done a number of studies and surveys among the veteran and military population, and they've identified that 1 in 3 respondents who were military adult age had been scammed as a result of a veteran or military specific scam. And further data shows that veteran militaries and their families are 40% likely more to be scammed than a civilian would be.
Yeah, Joy, we were talking during the commercial break about how, this just makes your blood boil.
It does.
To think of veterans being targeted in this way. Why are veterans more likely to be targeted than a civilian?
Veteran and military personnel have unique benefits that civilians don't have. They have a pension through the VA, they may have disability benefits, and so the scammers are aware that there's quote-unquote money to be had there, and they go after that money.
And they use that lingo?
They do. They use that lingo, they make promises, and so often those promises really never pan out.
Yeah, so to our veterans who are watching right now, or to somebody who's watching that has a veteran in their life and says, I want to, sound the alarm on this, what are some things they should look for? What are some scams that are specifically targeting our veterans right now in Oklahoma?
As I mentioned, veterans and military have specific benefits. One of the very predominant scams that we hear about is a benefits buyout, where a quote-unquote organization or an entity says that they will buy out those benefits of a veteran for a lump sum instead of them being paid out over a lifetime. And unfortunately, that money never shows up. Another scam that's very common is a military record update, that these scammers come in and say, for a fee, I'll update your particular records for whatever needs to be updated, which is an absolute scam. Our military and our veterans never should have to pay for those records to be updated. And then one that hits both the civilians and the military and veteran population is the charity scams that are in name of raising money for veterans or veterans organizations. And unfortunately, many of those that say that they're raising money for good to help take care of our veterans really aren't. It's a scam.
I know that you, Melanie, and AARP do so much when it comes to resources for our veterans. Talk to us a little bit about the Veterans Fraud Center. What does that provide? Does that cost anything to our veterans?
No, all of the AARP fraud prevention resource information is always free of charge. This new website that we have has an updated list of veteran scams that are out there to help people be aware of what's out there. Obviously, there are more than what we just talked about now. It has a scam map, so you can go in and put your address in and see if there have been any user-reported specific scams that all processed through our Fraud Watch Network program. And then a lot of information through our Operation Stop Scams program that's a partnership with the United States Postal Service.
Well, we are so thankful to AARP to have our back, but also our veterans back, especially our veterans back in these situations. Joy, it is always great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thank you for being here this afternoon.